Welcome back to the Real Estate Rat Pack Radio Show with Chris, Joe, and Rob. The crew is taking your calls, so dial in at 1-800-808-5548.
So, there's a lot of stuff that we do in the studio, but the one thing we have not had Teresa Kennedy do live on air is snort.
No, I have snorted before.
You have snorted before, and has it been as loud as what it's been here this morning?
That's what happens whenever you're in a room with guys.
I
have to be somewhat like a guy, kind of, so I got to snort.
I can only imagine what the listeners think half the time of what's going on in this show. Like, do they ever actually do anything on the show other than goof off?
and punch each other? No.
Yeah.
I was saying whenever you said that Brett does more than pulls, he puts one on the bobby shrimp. Do you get tired of people asking you that?
No,
or saying that?
It's one of those things. It's better than that's not a knife. This is a knife.
Darn!
Crocodile Dundee.
I'll scratch that one off the list.
That was your next one
so
line, was it, Joe?
Oh my gosh, yeah. Joe's totally got like a checklist over there on his.
Well, I love accents and stuff, and my kids watch a lot of the Doctor Who stuff, which is all English. So I'm always doing an English accent around the house, and the kids think it's funny, and my wife can't do it at all. So her humor is to do it as bad as possible. So she's like, "Hello, Governor. Throw another shrimp on the Barbie." And my kids are like, "It doesn't sound anything like that."
They're all looking at her like dumbfounded, like, huh?
Which in itself is funny.
Oh, that's so
Anyway,
funny.
we're talking about outdoor lifestyles and things
We
like
are?
that. Yes, we are. Well, actually, we don't have to.
Where have you been, Rob?
Well, I try to get us back on message here, but we don't have to.
It's out of control.
It is out of control. So.
Well, with a day like today, we should be talking about outdoor living. It is
man.
absolutely gorgeous outside.
So gorgeous.
And I'm going to be going straight up to the Lake Conroe right after the show.
Well, see, I was saying that, because in the Woodlands we've got the golf tournament right now, and I was like, God just gave them some good weather.
It is absolutely gorgeous.
If I knew how to play golf, man, I'd be out there right now because it's gorgeous.
I'll bet you Michael Board's out there right now.
He might be. I don't know.
And he was. I know he's out there, and he was a no-show last night. So we're gonna talk to Michael next time we see him. Absolutely. So
hang him up by his bootstraps.
There we go.
Or strap.
Oh,
him
it was
up.
a different bee you used. Great deal. Hanging up by his boat straps.
His board straps.
His board straps.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Michael's in trouble now. So, but getting back to outdoor living.
How are you going to edit this one, Joe?
I don't even know. The whole first segment is going to be gone. We'll
And
just
my mother
wipe
is
that out.
listening. Hi, Mom. And Michelle Garza, my awesome buyer's agent. Hi,
Incredible.
Michelle. And Andy Brahms, my other buyer's agent that I work with. I'm really blessed.
That you are. You are
You
absolutely
are truly blessed. It's like, but we're still talking about pools here.
We're talking about outdoor living still, yes.
What a great, easy segue, right?
Yes.
And there's a lot of things. I've noticed that we were talking about cocktails pools, but I also noticed that I'd seen in some of the houses that had these beautiful rock formation and waterfall, and it was like an 8-person hot tub type of thing with a what they call a beach entry. Are you seeing a lot of that being built now?
You know what? There's a lot of projects out there that are beach entries. I'll tell you what I do see a lot of, and because we have an environment that's really conducive to outdoor living, outdoor environments, the backyard needs to be an extension of the house from the inside to the out. But spas, we do contoured spas, even though they're gunite. So the seats are rolled; they're far more comfortable. We have floor jets as well as additional exterior jets. Beach entries take up a little bit of space, so just keep in mind that with the beach entry, you need quite a bit of length to the pool. It won't work with a cocktail.
And just for people who may not know what a beach entry is, kind of describe what that is.
It's like if you can just imagine going down to the beach and just slowly walking into the water and off you go and drop off into the sand, into the surf. So
yeah, it's a great
we can
look.
do the surf as well. It's just a little bit more.
Hang 10 in the backyard. Yeah,
Exactly.
All things are possible with a large enough check.
And and what's going on? What are people doing with the pool? Obviously you've got the pool, but outdoor living
Mainly
entails
swimming.
much more than just a pool. It entails a lot of other aspects that people are doing right now. They're expanding patios, they're doing outdoor kitchens, they're doing living spaces outside. What are you seeing as far as that expansion beyond the pool?
The outdoor kitchens have really boomed. It's become very, very popular. And once again, if you're going to do an outdoor kitchen, because of the types of summers that we have, it's important to sit and consider doing a structure over the top of it, patio, whether it be solid or even something that's going to reduce the amount of sun. You can do like a drip through with purlins, and then cross beams going across the top that will restrict the sun down to about 40%. Because nobody's going to go out and sit in the middle of the day in our sun and have a barbecue, or even in their pool. So what I'm finding is in a lot of our designs, we're actually incorporating the pool underneath the structure, so you've got some shade.
Wow!
But the outdoor kitchens, it's another big one.
Huge.
It really is.
Yeah,
it really is. And you can do something from very simple to really extravagant. Once again, it just depends on what your budget is, can withstand, what your likes and dislikes are.
And and that is one of the things that we're seeing here recently. You talk about that. I've been in a couple homes in which you've got the outdoor kitchen. It's a very simple setup. It's the traditional go out there, have your barbecue area to fix in, maybe a little bitty refrigerator. To the ones that you walk outside and go, wow, this is bigger than my kitchen, with sitting areas and with formal sitting areas and then formal eating areas, and not only just a full kitchen outside. There's a good friend of mine. They built a full outdoor kitchen. It has both a grill and a stove and microwave and refrigerators and dishwashers and sinks and wine. It has
ice
everything
machine.
to it. Yeah, ice machine, just everything. And we're seeing, as you mentioned, one of the things that's going on a lot is they are requesting those extensions of the home because they need coverage. But the one challenge that we're seeing is, and people have to really realize, is a lot of times there's a lot of HOA you have to go through to make sure that those extensions not only get the permitted side of things, but also meet the look and feel of the extended part of the property, right? How do you work through that?
This is part of the design process. To go to meet with the client, we like to go out, take photographs of the house to look at their architecture, the style and feel of the house, so that what we do becomes an extension of what's there and doesn't look like a tacked on afterthought. Even though we're sitting down and we are focused on how you feel and how your lifestyle right now, at some point you may consider selling that home a little bit further down the line. So we tend to look at things. We don't suggest personalizing it. Decals in the bottom of the pool, really outrageous tile.
No murals of yourself.
No Corona bottles in the bottom.
No big CK at the bottom.
There you go.
I thought everybody wanted that.
Big mariachi hat
I'm a
on.
huge fan of the Texans, but the Texas decal in the bottom of your pool is not something that we would recommend. Although we will do it if somebody really wants to do it. But it is about resale after as well. So having people be able to enter a home and as they walk in be drawn to that outdoor area and feel like, oh, wow, this is awesome. I want to go and be in that space. That's what we look to do. So to pull that back to the Homeowners Association, yes. When from the time that we visit with the client to planning, initial planning, space planning, and then design, we have that in mind because we work with the HOAs constantly. We actually do all that for all of our clients. And the last thing that we want to do is upset them or have something that's going to cause them a problem further down the line. Same with the city.
I'm curious, because I've heard this a lot from my realtor friends about the resale aspect of pools. That the statement, you'll never get your investment back in a pool. But there's so much more to it than, at least for me, as one of the big considerations for me is we have a 10-year-old and a 14-year-old, and there's a value that, from a dollar standpoint, that I can't put on the pool. I want them to be there. I want their friends to be at our house rather than them leaving and being gone all the time. And you can't really put a dollar on that.
Let's take like the trip that your family just took.
Yeah,
it cost you a lot of money.
Yeah.
To do that. what kind of return did you get from that monetarily?
That's monetarily nothing.
When you get a pool, you are buying a lifestyle.
Yeah.
And it's for your entertainment, and you don't expect to get it back $1 for $1. However, I do know that in the transfer market, and Teresa, you can comment on this. I know you deal with some people who are relocating. When you get oil executives coming into the city, invariably, one of the first things they want is a pool. Is that correct?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, what we're seeing, because our inventory is so low right now, homes that are having, that do have the pool and the outdoor kitchen, I mean, they're the first day, they're multiple offers. They're selling, and a lot of these execs, they want that lifestyle. They want the move-in ready house with the pool, spa, outdoor kitchen, everything.
And it's that part that in the past I haven't understood. I'm like, to me, a pool is if that's something I look for, I would enjoy and all that sort of thing. So it seems to me that it would be you would get value back out of it.
Let me give an example though. Lakes of Eldridge is a great community that's just north of I-10, and what it has is that a lot of people who are in the oil industry are in that subdivision. We had investors were buying houses without pools and then leasing them out, but they would install a pool before they leased it out. Because they know these people coming in on these packages, oftentimes now they're not buying homes, they're leasing, the corporation saying, we're going to move you again in 2 years, so please don't buy something.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
But they want a pool, so these investors are buying the houses, were pretty expensive houses, and then putting a pool in.
And they can get that much more for a house. And
they're getting $4,000, $5,000 a month for those houses.
And
the pool is the factor.
Paying for it for these executives. I mean, we get like these executives from all over the world, and $5,000, $6,000 a month, not a problem for a lease. I mean, it's the craziest thing. Yeah.
And I've had some owners that go ahead and amortize it in. And then, of course, you can cover it in the lease payment without an issue. So it's not, it's still economic.
That's it, honey. We're installing a pool, moving into an apartment, and leasing out the house for $5,000 a month.
I have to mention that there's very specific areas that this works.
And you got to have.
Humble isn't on the list.
You got to have Brett install it. I would just have him install it and have him talk all day long.
Yeah.
Just hang out. Just hang out.
So when we see Teresa Kennedy next time, it's like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm just listening and hanging out next to a not built pool yet. We know what's going on right there. And we hear somebody in the background saying, what we need to do.
Our pool came with an Australian.
It's like that cartoon, the alien.
I'm an alien now.
We got a break.
I've been accused of a lot of things, but never being an alien.
I'm talking about, don't you?
The music is playing,
The music is playing. We are having too much fun here, so we are going to take a break right now, but we will be right back.